Hello everyone and welcome back to the weekly Minecraft Ramble. I'd like to take a moment and apologize again for last week's mess, because that's what it was. A mess. The first thing you'll notice about this week is that I am alone again. Martin clocked out about 4 hours ago, can't say I blame him, it's well past midnight there. And I was being lazy in general today, so yeah. But I don't actually have a decent topic this week. I'm just kind of gonna wing it. Um, just start talking about some of the stuff I've been doing over the past few weeks and go from there. Yeah, I was in the middle of something else first though. Yeah. Uh, what happened last week was my friend John came over and we spent all day waiting on. I had ordered Monster Hunter on Wii U, and he had his 3DS, and we were gonna play Monster Hunter. But and I was under the impression that it was coming UPS. It was not, but I didn't know that. It came, just regular mail. I didn't know that. So we spent all day, instead of spending all day playing Monster Hunter, we spent all day waiting on UPS while Monster Hunter sat in the mailbox because it came mail, not UPS. After which I felt very, very stupid. But that aside, because it's not really the point. So we sat around all day, and it came time to do the ramble, and he didn't expressly want to be part of it, but he was abstinent in, once it got started, he was abstinent in being, well, not abstinent, my vocabulary has failed me, insistent on being vocal, but since the microphone I'm using right now is crap, and what with adjusting to, how my bills are going to play out, I haven't set aside enough money to buy a new one yet. You couldn't really hear half of what he said because he's kind of like me. We both mumble. I mumble significantly more, but we both mumble. So like every now and then it would just be quiet, and I think the best part is what Martin said about halfway through about how awkward the entire thing was going to be because he couldn't really hear John either. So there'd just be these weird silences where he would hear mumbling but not actual words and just kind of sit there and wait for John to finish. But yeah, I haven't even sat down and watched last week's yet because I don't know really how it turned out. I don't really care to know because I know I mentioned in the episode that I was going to take some time and do a lot of editing. That didn't happen because last week turned out to be really crazy week for me. Yeah, it was just a weird week for me with work, and we had revival at church, and being the sound guy, pretty much at this point, the only two people with a better track record than me at church right now are our pastor and youth pastor. So, yeah, because no one else wants to run the sound booth, but that's neither here nor there because I do enjoy it, and it's not like I'm really being. I made the decision to. I'd like some help so that I can do other things that I want to do, but, I enjoy it. So, yeah. Anywho, why was I destroying that cobblestone? It didn't need to be destroyed. Gone. Completely gone. Yeah, so, like, immediately after we finished recording, I got dressed, took John home, and went to church. And it went late, and when I got home, I went to bed. And then I worked all day the next day, and then went to church. And then Wednesday I had off. I can't remember what I did Wednesday. I played Monster Hunter Wednesday. So yeah, not really an obligation there, but come on, guys. I sat around with it in the mail and I didn't get to touch it. So yeah, I played Monster Hunter on Wednesday until church, and then church happened, and then Thursday, my last day to do the editing. If I was gonna have it out on time, because not working Wednesday, I had to work Friday. After work, we started playing softball. We've joined a church softball league, and we started playing softball. And we had we were supposed to have our first practice game last week. Well, the other team didn't show up, so that didn't really go over all that well. But we did get out there and practice, and then I hung out with my friend until like 10 o'clock, or until she sent me home because she had to study, because she's in school. Actually, I didn't work Friday, but the thing is, I didn't know I wasn't working Friday until the end of Thursday. So by that point, I had it thrown together, all that I was gonna do. I threw it together. I got all the pre-editing, just like the first pass stuff, so that it doesn't buff over lag spikes and stuff. I got all that done Monday night, and then the rest of it I just did, like, I think I got it all. I want to say I came home and got it put together after church Wednesday night, or just at some point Wednesday. I got it put together as much as I was willing to, what with Monster Hunter hanging over my shoulder. Yeah, I remember now. I stopped to eat on Wednesday, and while I was eating, I was editing with my other hand, and that's probably why I just gave up, because I was eating and editing. So yeah, those are things. Also, this is a fun side story that has nothing to do with anything. When I first got my Wii U, my friend that I went and visited last Thursday, visited and played a lot of Wii U with me. We played a lot of Nintendo Land together. And then, her boyfriend moved in and he had a Wii U, and like she started playing Nintendo Land almost religiously, apparently. Or at least one of the games, specifically, Donkey Kong Crash Course. And like at first, I'd played it more than her. She was still learning it, so I was like, we'd do the attraction tour, and it'd end up her being mad at me because I knew the games and she didn't. So then we do the attraction tour of at her house. Stop talking into the can, drink and move on. Good man. We did the attraction tour, and first round it gives her Crash Course as an option, and she just like, I don't even. It's messed up. It was seriously messed up. But we had a lot of fun. But yeah, it was just a lot of fun. But yeah, another thing that's been on my plate, well, not really on my plate, but keeping me from doing productive things, is the game lagged, so I lagged too. I signed up for GameFly, and I started catching up on titles. Like, I finally played Arkham Asylum. I've yet to play. I had yet to play Arkham Asylum because lack of money or what have you. So yeah, that's pretty great. Also, so yeah, I'd finished Arkham on Monday and sent it back, and then Saturday, Assassin's Creed 3 showed up, and I've just put it down for the night because I was getting a little agitated. Hang on just a second. Okay. I said hang on a second, then I spent like half an hour readjusting my timer. Where am I going? Going here. Words. They elude me. What was I saying? Assassin's Creed 3. Well, I mentioned Assassin's Creed 3, but I wasn't really going to say anything else about it. Except that Sean is still my favorite. Thought I saw something move. Let's see, what else interesting happened? Twister happened. I'm not even going to talk about that. Because I just said that, and one of my friends who watches this is going to go, no. Yeah, Twister happened. Going back, that actually stems from the softball thing. I worked Saturday. I covered for a guy, and Saturdays were only open till 1, so I worked a half day Saturday. And then after my half day, I went straight to softball practice. Yeah, went straight to softball practice. And okay, I'm not athletic. I'm not pathetic, but I'm definitely not athletic. I'm like par or just below. That's where I'd rate myself physically. I'm definitely more of an intellectual. So, but like softball's fun. At least softball with my friends is fun. So we go out, and we get enough there, and we start messing around. And the longer we're there, the longer I start pushing myself because it's more fun that way. And I play. We play. It's co-ed league, so we play. So 4 outfielders, and I play right center, I think. Hang on, I gotta remember which way it is. No. Yeah, well, from the plate it's left field, left center. I play left center. Okay. Intellectual flaunts his knowledge about sports. I'm intellectual in certain things. That hot spot. It's sort of the hot spot. It's not. Anyway, I'm an outfielder. I played rec ball as a kid, and I was always an outfielder there, and I enjoy it because I don't know. It's not the constant action of infield because I don't have quick enough reflexes to really play infield. But I'm good at getting under the ball or good at getting on top of the ball and stuff like that. So, because like I remember when I was a kid, I can't remember which coach told it to me, but he said, "All right," because I had a bad arm. He said, "Okay." He said, "We'll work on your arm, but until then, this is what I want you to remember. If there's no one on base, and you catch the ball, you probably won't have to throw it all that good." And I really took that to heart because I still have a pretty bad arm. I mean, I can get it. I've got decent power, but no real control. I'm always high or too far to one side. At least when I'm going for distance, I lose control. But I have a golden glove. There's very few that are within my physical reach that get by me, and it's usually either because of fatigue or bad judgment because I wear my contacts when I play, so I can wear my sunglasses, and I haven't really been wearing them all that much lately, so I'm not really used to them, and that affects my depth perception. That doesn't look good at all. No, not in the slightest. This is a natural hole. Good. So yeah, but anyway, the point being, we played for like 4 hours, 3 or 4 hours, and we played hard. Especially the last little bit of practice, we played real hard, and we had a great time. But I was exhausted, and I still am sore actually. It's the Monday after. And my thighs are still sore. So then that night, I got talked into going down to church and hanging out, which is always fun. And we were playing Phase 10, and then my friend Jacob went in the other room to take care of something, and so it was me and three other of my friends, and we were going to put up the Phase 10 when we found when one of my friends found Twister, and she said we should play Twister. And at first, the general consensus was, because most of us were sore. So, we didn't really want to play Twister because sore. As a matter of fact, one of my friends actually walked away at first and would not play Twister. And so, we had to try to play 3 people with one of the 3 people spinning, because 2 people's not as fun, and the rest of us wanted to play. That was creepy looking. Anyway, and then after the other friend that walked away came back and saw us contorted into 17 different positions, he was just like, oh boy, this is gonna be great. It just like we spent like half an hour messing around in Twister, finding different ways to make it fun. Eventually, another of our friends came back, and she took the board and let the 4 of us play. And then at one point, I ended up under the Twister mat, and they played Twister on top of me. That was interesting, and surprisingly made my back feel better rather than worse. So I guess cheap chiropractic was happening. And then, lost train of thought. And then there was 2 of us under the mat. Me and my other friend Michael were under the mat. It was just a very interesting experience. And good, cheap chiropractic. But that probably didn't help my soreness at all. So, good on me there. Hello, how are you? You're dead, that's how you are. I really gotta stop recording these two so late, because I'm really tired. Gotta work my way back out of this hole now before I can finish up. Sad thing is I'm probably just gonna end up closing all this off, so all these torches will be wasted, but I refuse to remove them just in case I don't do that, because then I have this giant freaking hole where things can attack me if I'm not careful. Stop lagging. I've really got to figure out a way to get around that. Hello, more gold. I could talk more about Monster Hunter, because Monster Hunter's fun, but I'll do that after I restart the recording. Okay. Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate for Wii U is fun. There, next topic. But no, seriously. For some reason, it's not the gameplay, but the style of the game reminds me of Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. I can't put my finger on exactly why. Eep! Okay then. Like I was saying, Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles is what that game reminds me of. I feel like I'm getting in too deep over here. yeah, I'll explore all this later. But for those of you like who know nothing about the game, I'll give you a very simple explanation. It's basically you create your character who is a monster hunter. I know I'm gonna butcher the lore here, but anyway, and you go to this town where they're having monster troubles, and you agree to help hunt monsters because you're a monster hunter. I'm not even gonna try to explain the story, but basically what it boils down to is you start small, gathering a little bit of resources to rebuild a few things around the village, and then you start getting guild quests. And at first they're little things. Go gather 3 mushrooms or something like that. And it's and when you're gathering items and resources and stuff like that, you stop, you gather the thing, and it takes a little while. And if you get attacked while you're gathering the thing, you got to start over, and that kind of thing. You kill enemies and you take hides and stuff from them. Actually, this simplifies things, so I might go ahead and explore this a little bit. Oh, it's been a while since I found any redstone. But I don't like that. Let me cover up this one. But so yeah, go around gathering resources and the like, and use them to craft items and armor and weapons. Now, where the game reminds me of Crystal Chronicles is the way it handles. I don't know. It just the feel of the game reminds me of like, I don't know if it's just like a Japanese style. It's Capcom. It's not Square Enix. But I don't know. It just the village feel. I can't put my finger on why, but it feels like Crystal Chronicles, minus, there's like not really that much magic going on, and it's specifically different, but it just has like, you look at something and go, that looks like this looks like Crystal Chronicles to me. But anyway, like I say, and then so basically you gather these resources to create items and better armor and better weapons and stuff like that, so that you can go hunt big monsters. And when you start hunting the big monsters, you get even more resources for even better armor and better weapons. And it doesn't sound like fun on paper, because it sounds like, okay, grind these things so that you can make stuff so that you can grind more things. And at the end of the day, that's kind of what it is. But there's something really, really satisfying about it, because I don't know. I think this is what I kind of. If this is what World of Warcraft feels like to people, I can finally understand the appeal. Because it just feels, I don't know, like you're accomplishing something. The game's not handing you a lot. It does at the beginning, to get you started. It eases you in. And then after that, you're kind of on your own, as far as, your weapons and armor go. And it's not just a system of, oh, okay, grind quests and get enough money to buy the thing. No, you grind the quest because you're going to physically use what you were hunting and doing in the quest to make your own better weapons and armor. And I don't know. Maybe that doesn't make any difference at all to some people, but it feels really nice. The monsters are all beautiful. The game's beautiful, and I think it expresses the way they're handling the cross-platform multiplayer very well. Like, at first I didn't really know how it was going to work, and frankly I still haven't tested it in person. But if it goes as smoothly as I'm imagining it will, I'm strongly looking forward to it, because See, my friend John has his 3DS version, and you can play those cross-platform. You know, that's like, you know, the way Nintendo's handling their stuff now. So I'm really looking forward to being able to do that once we get together again, hopefully soon. But sorry, concentrating on sorry. Okay. What was I saying? Was I saying anything? Not really. So yeah, if you've got a Wii U or a 3DS and you haven't looked into this game, give it a look. It's really fun. And kind of addicting. So be careful on that front. But it's still fun. Yay, fun. I really should get out of here before something terrible happens to me. And I'm gonna do just that. Okay. Where was I? Nowhere. So I'm gonna start heading back. But yeah, sorry if this one has been particularly hard to listen to. But I said I was gonna do these weekly in a minute. So here it is. Does anybody want an RV? Just because I know a place where you can get one. Hopefully Martin will be back home next week. Because I feel like I've rambled expressively bad today. I know that, I guess I'll just talk about general stuff for now, because I'm still heading back. I've got to record more Metroid Prime 2 soon, because the next to last one I've got for now is going up tomorrow night. Other than that, there's no real news or anything. I don't really have anything planned, and because I'm still settling into work and all of that stuff. But hopefully something will give soon. I know we've got a date for when Martin comes over, and I'll hope to have a better microphone by then so that we can easily do stuff like that. Other than that, that's really all I've got for you this week, guys. So thanks for watching, and I will catch you all next week. Peace.